All right, I'm pretty certain I'm live now. I'm not exactly sure how to say your name. Alfano Stabias. I'm just gonna call you Alf for short. I don't know how to say your name. So I'm gonna try and build what you want built based off of FGG's hunger, and um, and then play it and make sure that it works for you in this video. Okay, so I've already built some of this logic here, created a simple mission, named it, date, put a single player, put my name, put a little description, and we're in Stalingrad here. That's as far as I can zoom out, but you get the idea. Then I've created a player. This is my player plane. And actually, I don't think he's facing the right way, so let's take a look. He's not, so face him the right way. And also we'll put him way up in the air. So we'll do 800 meters. And then check to make sure I set him as player. I did. Russian coalition, gave him some guns, set his fuel, etc., etc. Turn this off, turn this one back on. I also said, I give a little icon that says, hey, this is where the player is going to spawn. And then this is actually I can make this a little bit smaller. This is a little attack arrow that's basically saying, hey, you're flying in this sort of direction. So hopefully the idea is that once this plane enters into this check zone that I've just created, then these AI units right here will appear and start to sort of shoot at the player, and also the player can, kill the AI. That's the whole logic that we want, right? I'm assuming that's what you want. So I got my staff car here, and I'm gonna turn him on, and we're gonna de-enable him. He's not going to be enabled until, of course, the player enters the check zone. We're going to set him as Germany, and he can be just normal. And we'll uncheck limit ammo. That doesn't really matter for the staff car, but I like to do it for everything. I'll just hit OK here. And then I have some flatbed. I have a flatbed truck. So let's take a look at him. Now, I don't really need to unenable this guy, but I'm going to anyway. We'll set him as Germany as well, and he can be normal. And then I have this AI truck. Now this one's kind of important. So him as Germany, and because I want to make it easy, I'm going to set the AI level at low. I'm going to disenable him, and I'm going to take off limited ammo. That way the AI truck will always shoot. And I'll talk about how to set that up in a minute. Well, after I get everything that you want working, we'll set that up if we have time. So yeah, that looks okay. I'll hit OK here. And then I have like this little half track. So I'll create a linked entity here. Ammo, Germany, and it can be normal. All right, so we'll put these guys inside our check zone areas so that they appear. And then I'm going to connect them all. So I Shift T to my staff car here, Shift T to my staff car, and Shift T to my staff car. So now all the logic is tied to this guy right here. Next thing I want to do is I want to make sure they're all placed on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and do this place ground logic. And then I want to, yeah, that's what I thought. I want to make sure they're actually on the road. As you can see, they're not. So we're going to go ahead and straighten that out. And they're not even facing the right way. So what I'm doing to adjust this is I select them. I move them with the left click, and then I'm holding down Control, and then left click and drag to rotate them until they're on the road. Got one A truck, shouldn't be that big a deal. And he's going the wrong way. Looks good. Now they don't necessarily have to be exactly on the road, but they need to be kind of close, because if you do an on-road formation and they can't find the road, they won't know what to do. And here's a little half track. All right. So they'll tie to each other. Great. So let's check our check zone. So what I've done here, as I said, the zone is 5,000 meters, and the zone type is cylinder. Now you have two types. You have sphere and you have cylinder. Now I should have drawn this out, but basically the idea is a cylinder, goes up into the sky, sort of like this. Let's say this is like round and this is round. It's like a coffee cup or something. It goes straight up into the sky. And a sphere obviously will go like this. The problem with a sphere though is if you're like really high, let's say 5,000 meters, and you set the sphere at 5,000 meters, well, if I'm at 4,500 meters, I probably won't hit that sphere until I'm right at the very, very tip of it. Now maybe that's what you want, but I like the idea of a cylinder that goes straight up into the sky forever. So if I run into the circle, I'll hit it with a cylinder, right? Because as soon as it goes all the way straight in the sky. Where a sphere, the very top would be closer to here. So if I'm at 4,500 meters, I probably won't hit the intercheck zone area until I'm closer to about right here, because the sphere goes like this in real life, right? I could probably draw it up, but that's not necessary. I hope you get the idea. So anyway, back to this. Distance is closer. If you want to see like what this basically says, did they enter the area or have they left the area kind of thing, right? And then which planes, and of course in this case we're going to do allies. So I'm going to hit OK here. Now this is not active by default. So I'm going to go to my MCUs group and I'm going to say as soon as the mission begins, I'm going to give a little bit of a timer. We'll say I don't know, 20 seconds. Now we'll do 10 seconds. It's fine. We don't need to do this much time, but it's fine. So 10 seconds. And this will be our mission begin. And it's always a good idea to rename your stuff. And I just did a Shift-T connection to these guys. And now basically the mission begins. 10 seconds later, send a message to our enter area to say, hey, turn yourself on and work. Okay. Then I need another MCU that says, we'll do it this way. It's better to do it this way. So we'll do a little timer, and then we'll do an activate. There we go. And this is going to activate all our guys here. So we'll say this one, say 3 seconds or so. And this one will say activate Convoy. And timer to this guy. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm making a connection to this. So now what we're saying here is the mission begins, 10 seconds later, turn this guy on. Now this guy is on and it's constantly checking to see if the plane enters. When the plane enters, then this fires and it sends a notification to this 3-second timer. The 3-second timer sends a notification to our activate MCU, which then turns on all our cars. That's right. I said, you're laughing over there. I hear you. Okay, so sorry. My girlfriend's laughing at me, but that's fine. So now the cars should technically turn on. So what we could do is we could save our thing here and launch our game. Oh, this is a problem with the thing. That's fine. Launch your game. Well, that's launching. I'll switch to my VR device. Waiting for it to load, and it is taking forever. It just crashed. That's even better. No problem. I think it just crashed again on me. Good times. Oh, there it goes. All right. La-di-da-da. Taking forever. Hopefully this works, or this is going to suck if it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Let's go here and take a look. Oh no, You know all my secrets. Oh, my lens is very dirty. 1 second. This is how you get seizures right here, man. Come on. Game is not liking this at all. What is going on? Awesome. You know what? I don't care about that. We'll just do offline. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to missions. Sketches missions. Supply convoy. That's one I made. It's loading. And then we wait some more. And more and more and more. And this is a problem with building missions right here, especially when stuff gets really complex, man. You just sit here and like wait for stuff to load. Oh, it doesn't work. Then you go back into the editor, you make some changes, you go and test it again. Oh, it still doesn't work. Then you start getting smart and you make like 3 sets of what you think might happen. And then you go and you test it and you're like, oh, okay, it's the second one out of the 3 that's doing what the logic that I want to happen. And so then you go back and you delete the other 2, and then you continue on. It's tiresome. Why is this taking forever? There we go. All right, so here we are. You can see my player spawn looks good, but this arrow, terrible. We'll have to fix that. No problem. Let's take a look at my loadout, and I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna just add bombs. So make things easier. Oh, not that one. These guys. Cool. Launch. And so, oh, we have another problem. I think I did start on the ground, taxiing or whatever. So we can't even test to see if that's the case, but that's okay. So simple, we'll go fix it. So here we go. We are now gonna do some sneaky stuff here, which is planing at me. Let's go back to this. And you guys probably can't see nothing. So let me switch to this. So we're back on my desktop now. And I have both the game and the editor here open. So we're opening up my mission, the one I'm trying to help build that's sort of similar to what you have going on. And look, we're waiting again. So awesome. Love the waiting. Just like growing gray hair right here. Halfway there. Oh my glob. Still loading. Still loading. La la la. Let's do this. Finish. And this one. And then we'll just wait. Go. Load. The only thing I don't like is this noise. So we'll do this. No. Here we go. Settings. Sound. For now. That way you can hear me talk. And it is still loading. Halfway there. Look, this is trippy, right? VR, it's so cool. Oh, I think it's finished. Yay, I didn't know it was going to take so long, but okay, whatever. All right, so here we are, this one. Move camera to the object. Let's take a look at our player. What did I do wrong? Player. Oh, right here. in the air. And make sure everything else looks good. That looks good. And then I thought I put it at 500 or 800. No, that didn't stick. That looks good. This, though, I don't know what happened. Here, go out there. Go out there. Like, should totally be this crazy big arrow, something like that. All right, so that's that. I'll go back here and switch to this guy. Make sure I save that. And missions, sketches missions, supply runner, and then we wait. I warned you, a lot of waiting. A lot of waiting. Quite annoying. It's also okay, it's fine. It's all right. We will live through it all. Oh, I didn't turn the sound on, but that's okay. So let's take a look. Wow, they changed the icons. I'll have to take a look at this and figure out why it's not looking right. But that's all right. So I'm in the air now, which is awesome. I'll pause this guy, and I forgot to turn the sound on, but that's okay. I don't need sound. Let's see, 2,000 RPMs roughly. And about 11 on the manifold. And we don't need this either. Ooh, I'm firing. And then, pretty certain, I set the AI right around here. And now they're not moving, so we're going to go ahead and speed things up. Make my own airplane noises. Let's see. Hang on, not even there yet. Let's go. Oh, I totally passed it up. Where is it at? Where am I at? Wow, I'm way over here. Oops. How did I get over here? Okay. Doop doop doop. This is what happens when you don't have any sound. That's all right. Okay, we should totally be seeing cars over here, and I think I see them. Yep. I don't know if you can see them, but we'll go ahead and go down there and visit them. If you can't see him yet. There he is right there. So that logic's working, right? Now we can just do some cool stuff like shoot at them, watch out for trees, etc., etc. Cool. But there's some performance things that we can fix too. So let's talk about all that. I'll stop this mission and take off this. We'll switch back to our mission editor. So things look good. Things are looking good. But what we want to do is we want to help with performance. So we want to turn this off. This is still constantly checking to see if the player has entered the thing. But the player has already entered the thing, right? Also, these icons, I don't know what's going on with them. So for now, you're going bye-bye. We don't like you. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to MCU. We're going to turn this off, basically. So we're going to go to MCU. I don't even know where it is. We'll do another timer, if I can find it. Here we go. Boop. And we'll do a deactivate. So this one is going to deactivate the checkpoint, or check zone, sorry. Right? So they enter the area, hits this trigger, and we're going to do, we'll do 5 seconds. So we got a 3 second and a 5 second. And then deactivate the check zone. Then what we could do is we could say, now you have a single player, so maybe this is what you want, but if there's multiplayer, you may want to turn this check zone back on. So you may have to have some sort of logic to do that. So maybe it's a timer. So we could say like, 5 minutes later, so we'll do like T 5 minutes. And actually, I need to make sure I set this to 5 seconds, which I didn't. So 5 minutes later, we need to activate the check zone back. And then that would be like how you would sort of do it in multiplayer. That's kind of the way you could do it, but there's other ways that are more more performance enhancing for multiplayer. But for what we're trying to do, base knowledge, this works. But since you're making a single player game, or I'm assuming you're making a single player game, we'll go ahead and get rid of that. All right, so now we need to add some other logic. So we know that the cars will definitely spawn in, and I don't know why they're like, the road is here. That's funny, right? The road is here, but it's saying the road is there. Whatever. So let's make the cars move. So we'll do a waypoint here. We'll say, you know, the cars go here, oops, here, and then I'm holding down Shift, click, click. Why is it not working? There it goes. So they just go round the round and round. Okay, so we got that. I'm gonna make this a little bit easier. So I'm gonna group these up. We'll call these waypoints, and then I'm gonna go right click and set as working group. And now I can grab all these waypoints and I can call this Convoy waypoints. And I'm gonna modify all of them. So we're gonna say the priority is medium, the area we'll say about 200, and then the speed, we don't want the convoy going too fast, maybe 30 kph, right? They got a staffer with them. Then we need to go and check to see if the convoy is on the road. Now the cool thing is all that has to be on the road is just a little bit of the waypoint, but to make things easier, I will tie all of these to it. Okay, something like that, and something like that. So now we're just making sure they're kind of on the road. Another thing we want to do too is we want to say, once they get to the end, the last waypoint, then just go back to the first waypoint. Just keep doing that, and you just keep going around and around and around. Now, by the way, the waypoints are very similar to the check zones. They're not active. They're not on right now. So what we have to do is we have to tell the first waypoint to turn on. So how can we do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset our working group. So we're back to our check zone area sort of thing. And then to make life easy, I'm also going to ungroup these waypoints that I grouped up just a second ago. So I'm going to say, once the plane enters the check zone, wait 3 seconds, activate the convoy. Then wait another, I don't know, 2 more seconds or so. Now we'll say 3 more seconds. 3 more seconds. It doesn't matter the time really. Just a few seconds to like let the server or the mission handle the resources it needs for slower computers and so on and so forth. We're just giving a little bit of time for CYA. CYA, if you don't know what that means, it means cover your booty. All right, so 3 seconds later, then turn on this waypoint. Oh, I forgot one thing. So we need to grab all these waypoints. So I'm just holding down Control and left clicking, grab all the waypoints. Then I'm going to do Shift O and connect it to the staff car. And so now what I'm saying is, once the message gets sent to this first convoy waypoint, send a notification to the staff car to go to this waypoint. Then once it gets to this waypoint, it sends a notification to this waypoint, and this waypoint tells the staff car, hey, come to me. And then when the staff car gets to here, then it goes to this waypoint, or sends a notification to this waypoint. And this waypoint sends a notification to the staff car that says, hey, come to me, and so on, right? And so on, and so on, and so on. But this guy right here, this 3-second timer, this is the one that starts it off. This is the one that says, send a notification to the convoy, and then that will say, to this convoy waypoint, and that convoy waypoint will say, hey, staff car, come to me. Now, the cool thing is we made this sort of formation. So whatever the staff car does, all its little buddies will do as well, which is awesome. So save, and we'll come back to, let me go back to my VR here, and put this on, We'll do finish. And I will also turn on sound this time so we can hear things. Sound. Perfect. Exit. And missions. Sketches, missions, supply run. I probably shouldn't have put in an expert, but that's okay. All right, so we're loading up now. We should have a flying plane that has an icon that says, hey, this is where you spawned in. And then we should have AI Convoy spawn in, and then 3 seconds later, start to move towards that very first waypoint. So here we are, player spawn, that's good. We have noise, that's even better. Scoot up a little bit. Pause this guy. Put that there, one of those, one of these. Turn this off. See where I am. So I've entered the check zone. And what am I doing here? There we go. Pretty certain. Should have a convoy. There they are. And we can see that they're moving as well. That's awesome. Let's go shoot them down. Fire all the rockets. Going in way too fast. He stopped, which is fine. Game's all lagging. Okay. Oh! Rocco was close. Did I get him? Oh, I was close. Maybe I tracked him. Yeah, that convoy is like not even on the road. Oh, I know why. We didn't set the formation. Oops. That's okay. But they are totally moving. Eject. No, that's wrong button. There we go. Shooting at me. Get out. Awesome. Okay, so let's fix that stuff. So go back to this. And we'll go back to here. Okay, so we need to do a couple more things. Next, we need to give another timer. Just a slight timer. Like 1 second or so. And then we need a formation right here. And we're going to call this on-road formation. Okay, and make sure it's 3 seconds. It's not. I always forget to do that. And this one is 1 second. And then that's connection. Then we need to check this. We'll say it's a vehicle on-road column. So now they'll follow the column. And we'll just do loose. Now it doesn't matter which one you choose, but it's fine. Loose is cool for me. And then I have to make a on-object connection here. So what I did is Shift O and then tied it to our staff car. Remember, whatever the staff car does, its little minions will do as well. Okay, so now the staff car will actually run on the road like we want it to do. Let's do another thing too. Let's do this. We'll say here we'll do this second. We'll do this one. So 3 seconds right here. So when this happens and the convoy gets activated, we'll do another 1 second timer. Now, it's best to string things together, but it's fine. We can do it this way. And then we'll do an icon, wherever the icons are. I can't find it. There it is. So we'll do a little icon, and we'll disenable it, so it's not enabled. And we'll say cover is blue, and since it's German, I know it's red here, but they're actually German vehicles. We're going to try and do a blue thing. So blue cover, transport column. And we'll say that the allies can see it and the Axis can see it. So by default, it should not be there. And we'll say this is a supply convoy, and we'll put it right in the middle here. If we want to be real fancy, we can also add like their route too, but we'll just put it right here in the middle. And then we'll make another connection. Actually, you know what? This will be even easier. I'm going to delete that 1 second timer. So we have the 3 second timer. It activates the convoy, and it turns on the supply convoy icon, which is pretty cool. All right. And then the supply convoy is going the right way. So that looks all good to me, man. Let's take a look. Switch back to my VR device here. And go here. One of these. A couple of those, one of those. And we'll put it on normal just so that we can see the icons of the vehicles and make sure that they are indeed moving along the road. Of course, all missions should be played in expert. Full realism. No, I'm just being facetious, guys. It's make your missions and play your game how you want to. That's fine. All right, here we go. Launch. Oh, so we should check before we launch here. There's no icon right here. See, there should be an icon here. Well, there will be an icon here once we sort of fly into that area. And I don't need all this HUD stuff. What are you doing? Just give me full power. Okay, I don't normally fly and... What is this weirdness? Okay, I don't normally fly in normal mode. Okay, so I should have entered a thing. Yep, I did. And we can see now the icon has spawned in, which is perfect. And it's a nice little truck. So we're like telling the player, hey, somewhere is this supply convoy. You'll need to find it. And we can also add subtitle MCUs to say, hey, go do that. So let's see if I can see the supply convoy. And there they are. And they are moving. Oh, what's the icon button? There it is. Oh, cool. I got a little yellow dot too. All right. So they're totally 100% moving. Now this is the AA truck. So right now, whoa, what's going on? Right now, the logic with the AI truck is just handle it on your own sort of thing. It's going, I'm on a medium waypoint and I have to follow my staff car. So I'm going to try and stop when I can to shoot at the player. So he may shoot at me, he may not. Just depends on, you know, what he thinks is the highest priority, because we haven't given him a higher priority. So here we go. We're going to go and try and shoot this moving car. Take one of those. Oh, he stopped, right? You see that? No, why did you stop, dude? Dude. This is fine. We're fine. We're fine. This is good. Whoa. Whoa. No. Oh, let's go ram the staff car. This is the fun about making missions, man. Dump, 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 dump. Eat. Oh, I just missed him. Oh, I don't think I'm going to live through that one. All right, so we know the vehicles are moving. We know they're moving on the road. The staff car was way ahead of everyone else, but that's okay. So let's add some more cool logic. So I'm going to go back to this. We're back here. And now what we want to do is we want to say, once you enter the area, we'll tell the player, hey, you know what? You're here. You've entered the area. Good job. So we'll do another little timer. Actually, we can do it on the 3-second timer. We can do it on this one. I like the daisy chain timers like that. So it's like 3, 6, 7 seconds, and then the convoy should be moving. All right, so what we need is a subtitle MCU, which I think is right here. Yep. And click it, and we'll just say message to convoy activated. Oh, can't do that. And then we'll go in here. We'll say how long should it go? We'll say 15 seconds. Size can be 25. Font size is like 25 pixels, I guess. I'm not certain. The only people who should be able to see it is the allies, since I'm playing as an IL-2. And I like to say, if it's an ally that hears it and it's for the allies, then it goes on the right side of the screen and it's at the top. If it's like the Germans are saying it to the allies, then it goes on the bottom. But in this case, allies are telling the ally pilot, hey, go do this thing. And then I like to set the color of the font to the same color as what you see in the game. We'll say brown, yeah, we'll see. What is this? Bassargino Airfield to player. I'll just say to Stork, right? Enemy convoy spotted in our area. There we go, right? Oh, and we can also add things like this. So we can say BR, that's very simple HTML code, and basically I'm saying break. So we'll have one line that says this, and right after it we'll have a line that says enemy convoy spotted in our area. So our 3-second timer, and then send that message to our player. All right, so that's good. Now let's add when these guys get attacked. No, we don't need to add that because it's single player. So we'll add, now we can do on attacked. So we'll go this, it'd be kind of fun to do that. So we'll do this, we'll do one of these. This will be our on off switch. Then we need another timer, and that'll be like the delay for CYA. And then we'll do this. This will be fun. This is real fun. I like doing this. So we'll go is I highly recommend you go to the forums here, and in the forums under the mission making, mission editor thing, there's this thing that Jim made, and I always talk about it. It's so amazing. You should download it. It's called the Sample Missions Group for FME Manual. It's really awesome. So in that, I've extracted it to my my little missions group folder, and in here we have this little extraction. In there we have this little group. So I'm going to use a 4-way random switch, and move my camera to it. Grab this guy, right. I'm left click and dragging to bring him over here so I can use him. Okay, and I am going to ungroup him. All right. Then I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to grab this guy, paste him, and I'm going to group this. This is just going to make pasting so much easier. So I'm setting working group, paste, paste, paste. All right. So then I'm just going to, so what this does is I get one input, and then I have 4 randomly chosen outputs. Now, the cool thing is you can totally daisy chain this. So this means I'm going to have to come up with a lot more. So if it'll be like random, and if it happens to be this one, then it'll choose out of these 4, and then these 4, and so on and so forth. All right, I'm not going to do that though. We're just going to do 4 of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say choose a randomly chosen subtitle message. Oops. So I'm doing Shift T for this. So basically I'm saying if they get attacked, they're going to say 4 random messages, and we're going to change this to message attacked, right? And it's going to be, we'll do 255, 0, 255, 255. That'll make it yellow, and we'll just say enemy convoy to Stork, BR, oops. I'm so stupid. I'm used to, and we'll say, ouchies, right? Totally hilarious. Oh, and we want it in the right bottom, like that. And then this one can be that, and this will be right bottom, 0, 255, 255. And we'll say, instead of this one being ouchies, this one will be, my paint job, how dare you? Awesome. And then this one will be 0, 255, 255, bottom, and right. And we'll say this one will be, I don't know, ouchies, oof, oof. There we go. And then this one will be bottom, right, 0, 5, 255. And we'll say this one will be oof, ouchies, I don't know. The pain. Perfect. Okay, so now they're all random. Random different message whenever the player attacks them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reset my working group, ungroup this again, ungroup. Okay. And then I'm going to do this timer. We'll do like 3 seconds. So after the player hits the tank and does damage to the tank, then 3 seconds later it'll choose one of these random messages. But we're going to do an on-off switch here. So we're going to do, this will be our switch. And I'm actually going to duplicate this. And trying to think of how I want to do this. So this will be T. We'll say 10 seconds. So 10 seconds later, they can't. We don't want the message like firing over and over and over and over as like they shoot the machine gun and then they shoot the machine gun again and it hits and hits and hits and then the next thing you know you have like 10 random messages all firing off at once. So what we want to do is turn it off. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a deactivate and we're going to add an activate. So switch fires. It sends a notification to our 3-second timer. It also sends a notification to our deactivate, which is going to be our off button, right? And then our deactivate is going to send a notification back to the switch, which in turn will turn it off. And by the way, this is a timer, but I'm using it as a sort of like a on-off switch, right? The switch will also send a notification to our 10-second timer, or we can even make things a little bit easier. Actually, we'll do it this way. So this will be T7 seconds, and hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. And this is 7. So boom, right? So now I have 10 seconds. So it sends it to 3, 3 sends it to this guy sends it back to our activate. And this will activate is actually our on button. And our on button will send it to this guy. So basically, if this gets multiple hits, it'll wait 10 seconds before it'll send another notification to our 3-second timer, which is perfect. So then what we'll do is we'll grab all these guys here, all our trucks. I'm right-clicking them. I'm saying select object menu, and we're going to say on damaged right here. And then I'm going to tie it right to our switch. Right? So basically, anytime this sends a notification, it'll send it right to the switch. The switch will 3 seconds later send a random message, and then wait 10 seconds and then activate again. So if they get hit again in 10 seconds, it'll send another message, and so on and so forth. So there we go. That's our on-off switch. That actually looks pretty cool. All right, so we'll save that. We'll test it out. Let's go. Oh man, I did it again. Let's go to our VR device here. Go here. Finish. And it's so much better when you notify your players of like, hey, you've done this or you've done that or whatever the case may be. And I don't know how to do the normal stuff, so we're going to go back to expert. At least me personally, I know maybe it's not historically correct or whatever, but I feel like as a game designer, it's so much more important to notify your players of how they're doing instantly versus like waiting until a mission is done and they're like, oh, I killed 3 and I'm supposed to kill 7 or whatever. Just this is how I design my stuff. Okay, so here we are, player spawn. I don't have the arrows, but I'll fix that later. Press P here. Back in our plane, 2,000 RPMs. Let's go. Looks good. 11 rumps in the manifold. Add open. So we can see Berloga, Stork Airfield, whatever. Enemy convoy spotted in our area. And then if we go to the map, which I gotta find the button because I'm in VR here. Oops, that's not it. There we are. We can see our icon has spawned, and go down and find our guys here. Looking, but oh, I think I see one right there. Yep. Whoa, that's a tree. Just ignore that. Look, enemy convoy to Stork. Oof. Right, so I definitely hit him. I don't know how that tree didn't kill me, but let's just not that. We're just gonna ignore that didn't happen. Oh, and you can see he's totally smoking, which is awesome. My canopy closed for some reason. Open the canopy. For another, this one, I don't know why they're not on the road. There must be something wrong with my map or something, I don't know. Hey, my paint job, how dare you? Awesome, right? And then maybe I can find the, oh, here's the staff car. The pain, awesome. See, so it's totally random on what you get from them. But of course, there's only 4, so you're gonna get a lot of duplication. But we only have 4 vehicles, so it doesn't matter, right? You could totally have like 32 or even more, you know? See if I can get this guy. Oh, it was left. My bad. Oof. Took a hit anyway. Awesome. Okay, so now I think what we need to do is say, hey, you've killed these guys, and now the mission is over, or you need to go land at this place, or something like that, right? Let's see if I can drop a bomb on this one. Boop. I like to do this sort of thing. Oh. Really? No bomb drop? No, really? Okay. Cool. I must have dropped that bomb when I hit the tree, but we're not talking about that. All right. This is definitely the way Stalingrad will view it. Oh, I totally missed him. Dang. Oh well. Awesome. Okay. So go back to this, and then this one. All right. So got a lot of logic here. So let's move some of the stuff out of the way. Put this guy over here, and that looks okay. So now we need to say, you've killed all of them. What next? So we'll do another timer, and we'll do a subtitle MCU, and I'll cheat again. I'll grab this guy, and then we need a mission something. Forget what it is. Mission objective. Yeah, one of these guys. And then we need a mission in. Now, you don't have to do mission in. We could say, hey, go fly back. Like, you've completed this objective. Now go do something else. And you would tie this to that other logic. But in this case, I'm just going to say, hey, the mission ends after you've completed this sort of thing. When you know the trigger, so I'm going to make another one right here. All right. So this timer will say, they killed them all. And then 5 seconds later, let me go in here. 5 seconds later, we'll go into this mission objective. We'll call this primary objective. We'll go into the advanced properties here, and what we want to do is we want to say icon type none, coalition allies. Actually, undefined is the only one, not none. My bad. And then primary task will be a success, right? So they killed all of them. Success. Good job. And then so. How does this work? So we need another thing. We need a counter somewhere. Where's the counter at? Counter, boom, right here. Okay. So this is sort of the cheesy way to do it. We'll just do counter 5. Wait, there's only 4 cars, my bad. 4. Go to advanced properties. In this case, we're going to say 4. Now this reset after operation, let's say you have some sort of logic like they respawn somehow. Now, of course, this is enable, not respawn, so it's not going to respawn. But say you had some sort of thing where they kept respawning over and over and over. What you would want to do reset after operation. After this fires, then it would reset. So in this case, this won't fire until it gets all 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab all these guys again. And I'm going to right click again. I'm going to say on killed. So once they're killed, and I got to get all 4 of them killed. Once all 4 of them are killed, send a notification to this 5-second timer. This 5-second timer will send a message to our subtitle message, and I'm going to say convoy destroyed. And also, let's do this since we're making cool things here. We're going to do a deactivate. So this is going to deactivate convoy icon. Remember, it's super important to deactivate to name your stuff, and obviously I can't spell, but it's okay. And then that's going to deactivate this icon, right? So they'd been destroyed and it's deactivated. And then what we'll do is we'll do another one of these guys. So I'm duplicating this guy. It should still be disabled. It totally is disabled, and we're going to say supply convoy destroyed, right? So we need another activate, so I'm going to activate this guy. Or I duplicated, I'm sorry, and I did Control-C, Control-V for the duplication. I'm going to say activate convoy destroyed icon. And we'll do a 3-second timer. So it'll be 5 seconds, and then 3 seconds later, activate this icon. And so for and actually, you know what? I don't like 3 seconds. We'll do 1 second. T, 1 second. And then we'll go into advanced. Oh, shoot, I didn't even do 3 seconds on this guy. Where's this one at? Boom. What a terrible person I am. Okay, cool. All right, so that's 1 second there. Cool. That. Okay, so now all I'm doing is I'm saying deactivate this one once it fires. 1 second later, activate the destroyed icon. So what the player will see is you'll see this, and then it'll go away for a second, and you'll see this one is like destroyed. Good job. You know, actually, I don't need all these. So I like doing the exclamation points. Okay, and then we need to do here, we'll say enemy convoy destroyed. Great work. Pilots, Kavas waiting for you when you land. All right, perfect. And then tie this to here and do another timer. This can just go out of the way. And we've already set this, right? We said success, primary task, undefined. Who gets it? The allies do. And since I'm playing as an ally. And then we'll say T, 15 seconds later. The game will end. And mission results succeeded. Okay, so save that. And now the real test, right? I gotta go and kill all these guys and do it correctly, which shouldn't be too difficult with what I have here. So sketches mission, supply convoy, fly until you see the enemy convoy, then destroy them. Perfect. Cracking the knuckles, getting ready for this crazy flight. By the way, I'm not the best pilot in the world. Or the best mission editor either, because obviously I made a lot of mistakes. But that's okay. You learn as you go, kind of thing. The more you mess with it, the better you get. All right, so unpause this guy. Take a look at our map. See, we have our player spawned in here. We know that he needs to get over there. There we go. Enemy convoy spawned in our area. We have the icon now. All right, I'm gonna turn this off, the HUD off, to get a little bit more FPS. And hopefully I can kill these guys. I don't know. The final one. Oh, there's one. Oh, I didn't bring bombs. That's okay. I don't need no bombs. There's one. Dude, I don't think he's coming back. That was a good hit. All right. No, I want to stay up. Vertical. Forever. Oh, I think there's another one right there. Nope, I was wrong. Oh, there he is. Eat one of my rockets. Sucker. Oh, he lived. Oh, let's do this. I'm freaking boiling. What's my temp set? My temperature's okay. Where's he at? There he is. I see him. Come here, sucker. I got some cookies for you. Cookies and milk. Ba-da! Oh, right next to your buddy. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that happened. I thought it was cookies I was delivering. Turns out it was shrapnel. All right, so I think that was the last in our convoy. Yeah, I see the other one on the road right there. And then staff car is probably way up ahead. So another thing we could add, and I probably won't add it in this video, but another thing we could add is like on a count of 1, say, hey, you've got 1 out of the 3. On a count of 2, say you got, you know, I'm not 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4. On a count of 2, you got 2 of them, and so on and so forth. Another thing we could do is change the logic of our AA gun, which I did not do. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Got a rocket for you. Oh, wait, you're just a car. All right, so he's done. And then, oh, there's the staff car right there. Da, da, da. Oh, let's, I like to get the oof message. We're going for oof. Oof on 3. Ah, paint job. All right, so now, 3 seconds later, I should get up. Enemy convoy destroyed. Great work, pilots. Kvass waiting for you when you land. Awesome. And supply convoy destroyed. See? And then this will play for 15 seconds, which is good. And then our mission ends like we expected. And when it goes to the loading screen, I should get a success. Mission accomplished. And flight canceled, but that's fine. You want to probably set it up so he lands. And there we go. A mission set up with a check zone like you wanted and spawning in the players. Let's go back to our guy here and we'll switch to this. And here's all this. Now this looks super ugly. So you may want to like sort this. This is like our formation logic. This is our on attack logic. This is our deactivate the check zone and turn the check zone back on. So we'll say this is sort of like that logic there. And this is our on destroyed logic or mission complete logic. And then I like to group all this stuff up. So we'll group this. And this is, what was this one? This was, oh, spawn logic, or well, enabled logic, right? And this is our grouped objects. And this one is on attacked logic. And this one, group them up, is our on mission complete logic. All right. Then we can even go further and do things like this, which is group these guys up. Just makes things clean, right? These are convoy vehicles, and then this is convoy waypoints, and so on, right? That looks good. Oh, I forgot about this. This is check zone logic. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Save that guy right up. And then we're sort of done. I think it could be improved and polished a lot, but for what you're looking for and the time that I have, I think this works out good. Sorry for the really long video, but I think this is this will help you and hopefully help others to make some awesome missions so I can play some really fun, cool missions. If you have any questions, man, let me know, and see you later.